Hello and welcome to Model Kit Beginner. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm certainly doing quite fine. Autumn has arrived in Cape Town, so it's lovely weather. And today we're having a look at the Dr. Oetker Volkswagen T1 from the fine folks over at Revell. Here she is, lovely box. And regular viewers of the channel might say, well, you have reviewed the Volkswagen T1 before. Yes, I have, but I certainly haven't reviewed the Dr. Oetker one. And I really love the color scheme of this one, and it kind of brings back memories from the youth, like lots of my models. And I thought it will be a good time to have a look at those Volkswagen T1s from Revell. They are sometimes a bit tricky, and they have their interesting aspects. And what they are, we will have a look in a minute. But until we get to that, I would suggest we'll have a quick look at the history. And once we have done that, we'll certainly go down to the bench and see what is in this rather flimsy Revell Europe box. I don't know why they keep doing that. Anyway, we will do that, and I'll see you at the bench after we had a quick look at the history of this kit. See you there. So here we are with the Volkswagen T1 Dr. Oetker. That is exactly the box we're going to have a look at today. This particular one is a repop from 2021, and they keep repopping it, and there will be future iterations of this as well, as we will see in a minute. Having a look at the history, you see it is very, very extended. Revell keeps repopping these because they sell very well, because they are lovely cars. They started with the Volkswagen T1 Samba bus, the 23 window one, very, very popular, and in real life very expensive if you are able to get one. One of my favorites always was the 23 window Lufthansa bus. I thought that is a lovely, lovely model, lovely DC3 in the background, a lovely box art as well. Then this one is kind of the latest complete model which is coming out, which is a Valiant, which is coming out this year. It hasn't come out yet. And what is also coming out is a model set that's also coming out this year in Gulf colors, which is one which is going to be a model set. And if we have a closer look of the ones which have already come out, I think it is this one. Here we go. It is a normal Volkswagen, not the 23 windows, but slightly less amount of windows, and a little home Volkswagen bus with only a few back windows. Obviously the one we are having is the full box van. So in other words, there are no windows here on the side. So this is the Dr. Oetker housewife advice right over here. Yeah, stop giggling. That's just what it was called at the time. And I remember those driving around. Lovely, love the color combination. And I think we should have a look in the box. Would love to see the decals as well, and see what Revell did different in this one compared to all these 23 window ones which I had a look at before. Right, so I would say let's go down to the bench and have a look what's in the box. And here we are with the Dr. Oetker Hausfrauenberatung bus. It's a level 5 bus, the most difficult one which I consider. Here we have the Volkswagen badge, which means it is licensed. And let's just have a look here at the sides. On here it says 124 parts, around about 18 centimeters in length. And here we can see a little bit more of the details. Right over here as well, tells you a little bit more about the Volkswagen T1 right over here. Here it gives you an idea of the color callouts. Right, let's open this up. Getting everything out of this stupid box. Here we go. We obviously have the instruction menu. Couple of stuff over here. Right, let's put that all to one side. Plastic, plastic, plastic. Windows, Chrome. You know what I don't see? I don't see any tires. Nope, I don't see any tires. Ah, there they are. Left them in the box. Here we go. So we have everything. In the meantime, let's have a quick look at the instruction manual. Here's how to build a model on the first 2 pages. Here you go. And on this side we start with the colors. I always suggest to have this page or these 2 pages up maybe on a PC screen, so you don't have to always fold forwards and backwards and look for the colors. Then here we have all the sprues. Here you go, all very nice, all full color, so you can check what you need, and you see a lot of these black squares, which I would assume is stuff which you nicht benötigte Teile, so these are parts which you don't need. So a couple of extras in here. Then it starts out, yes, I remember this, it starts out with the exhaust and the engine, which you will find right over here. All goes the engine, here it does the wheels. Here's the back part with the exhaust and engine in here, and the battery right over there. Then we have a tank right over here, suspensions coming here. Here, these is the heater pipes right over there. That's all still in the back suspension. That's when you put the exhaust on, and then we start with the interior. Bench in front, bench and a seat, the driver's seat and the bench next to him. Then wheels right over here. We have the divider wall, which goes right in over there. Here she goes, divides the driver's side from the loading area. There's where the spare wheel goes, and some other details like brakes and Kupplung. Clutch, here we go, there's the word. Then we have the interesting part, always something which is not easy to grasp, is the body. Body is a multi-part body, and I always suggest to make some amendments and build the body before you paint and clear coat and whatever you want to do with it. Build the body up and then get it over the base plate. You might need to make a couple of amendments to make sure the body goes over the base plate nice and comfortable, but that I think is the best and easiest way to do so. Right, so this is where the whole body comes together. Then seats go in. Here we have the dashboard as it is, the famous hold-on handle, famous steering wheel right over here. Front part with the famous V in the front, Volkswagen sign, and then that is all part of what I would suggest you build all in one. Yeah. Then we have the flip open doors, so no sliding doors, but the normal barn doors on the side. which you can have open up or not, that's up to you. Then we have the roof right over here, and some other smaller parts. The roof goes on. I normally build the sides and the roof in one piece, especially in something like this where the roof is the same color as the general body color. Then wheels right over here, explains to you how the wheels work and what to glue and what not to glue. We have the headlight buckets right over here. Then the windows, they come in from the outside, so that is you can do that relatively late, so you will always have nice and clean windows. And blinkers right over here, or indicators, depending where you're from. And then the rear lights and the beautifully colored bumpers right over here. Then the brown, these are actually brown side mirrors, so they will not be chrome. So this gives you an idea what it's going to look like, where the decals come on, that kind of stuff. Now the brown is not decals, the brown, or is it? All right, we will see that in a minute if it is. It appears to be they have brown stripes as decals. We'll have a look at the decal sheet in a minute, so if you want to do that, you can do that. Obviously there is, given the fact that the mirrors and the bumpers probably don't have decals, you might want to go for a two-tone paint job, but that obviously is up to you. Right, that's it as far as the instructions are concerned. Then let's have a look at this. Here we have a window transparent part. Not quite sure we need it in this kit, but there it is anyway. And then we have the decal sheet. Let's get a bit closer for this. Here we go. There you have the decal sheet, Dr. Oetker Hausfrauenberatung. There's decals for the instrument panel. Obviously the registration plates right over there, and then you can, as I say, use that brown over here as decals, or you could obviously do a two-tone job. That is entirely up to you. As we have just discussed, given that the bumpers should be the same color, I personally would probably more move towards painting it two-tone. Right, now let's have a look over here. See if we can get this open. We have 5 tires, obviously the spare tire also included, and here they are. Look like beautiful pulley tires. They are, this one actually has a bit of a crack here. All right, see here, bit of a fault in there. So that probably looks like it's going to be the spare tire. There is no branding on the tires. I would assume that would have been Continentals originally, but they are. Let's have a look at the next one. Yeah. They are soft enough to probably push them over the wheels, and without problems. Right, then we have transparent parts right over here, which I will not open up. Here you go, very well packed. Let's see if we can get it nicely opened up over here. Then close it up again so we can see it a little bit better. Oh, come on, don't be like that. Here we go. So you can have a slightly better view, so you have Lots of extra windows. These are obviously windows for the 23 window bus, which you will not need over here. So lots of extra clear parts in here. They look fine. Then we have the chrome parts, which you see over here. We have the Volkswagen sign, which is not chromed in this particular instance, so I expect to have one in the normal plastic as well, or you have to dechrome that and paint it in body color. Then we have wipers, we have the covers, which also should not be chrome, so that should be either dechromed or you have extra covers in normal plastic as well. I cannot remember, so we will see a little bit later. And we have other smaller chrome parts like the rear light reflectors, front light buckets, etc. Right, that looks thin and well done indeed. Some of it you might want to dechrome, like the wipers for example, but that obviously is up to you. Right, then we have the first box of plastics, which we will find right over here. There you go. Right, what are we having here? Here we have engine, rear suspension, we have the dashboard right over here. There you go, we have the walls, that's engine parts as well. Then we have these handles which belong onto the inside. You're not going to need those because you will not have a 23 window bus, so these handles fall away. We have an axle right over here, a couple of brake, clutch and gas pedal. We have different types of bumpers right over here. We have these ones, which is more the American type. These ones more the American type, this one's more the traditional European type. Here are the sun visors, wheel construction you find right over here. These parts are parts to construct the internal benches, which of course you will not do because you don't need internal benches. There were no benches apart from the bench next to the driver's seat. So lots and lots of extra parts in here, which you can then put into the parts box and use something else. Always appreciated. Then let's have a look at this here. Very cool. Lots of kind of off-white parts. We have benches. These are all rear benches, which you normally use in a bus setting, so in other words not in a van, so they are extra. Front parts, I think these are license plates, handbrake, gear lever right over here, separation wall between the driver's side and the loading bay. That is comes on top. That appears to be part of the exhaust system actually. Right, then, and here we have the bottom pan. That is keeps everything together. Here there comes an extra button which will be popped over there. So these are actually the seats you will be using. This is the driver's seat. This is the passenger's seat. And there, as you can see, the rather detailed and very nice bottom section of the T1. Right, and then the last bag. Okay. Rather important parts right over here. Here we have the roof right over here and the side. That actually has kind of the panel van interior, which is very nice. roof and sides. So that's part of the body. Here, lots of body parts here. Here we have the front part, side part, spare wheel, engine cover right over here, and then the side doors. All can be built to be able to be opened. That's what you like. Here we have the rear flap, the side doors, barn doors, divider, and then the other side where the doors go in of the body. So it seems to be a little bit bent, so that is something which you will have to pay attention to. Then we have more bumpers, more dividers, and the interior pan right over here. So what we saw is that there are no non-chromed wheel covers. There's no non-chromed Volkswagen signs, so you have to dechrome that and paint it yourself. And here is, not quite sure what that round thing is. Anyway, this is where you then go and do your own thing. So there are certain things which you need to do. Some of the chrome parts are, lots of the chrome parts are not used, lots of the windows are not used. There are quite a few parts which are not used, like the interior benches of the passenger compartment of the Volkswagen bus. I'm not going to use any of that because this is just a van. It is not a bus. Right, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is everything which is in the box of the Dr. Oetker Volkswagen T1 bus from the fine folks over at Revell in 1 to 24. Let's go back upstairs and I give you my final thoughts. And here we are back upstairs with the Volkswagen T1 Dr. Oetker. You just saw it, we just had a look at it, and it is a lovely kit. I think it has lovely detail, very clean. There are some seam lines which need some tender loving care. The elephant in the room is obviously the body, so you need to find a way to build the body and paint the body in a way that it is nice for you, that you like it. That is obviously the most difficult part of all these Volkswagen builds. You get Volkswagens from Hasegawa where the body is in one, but obviously they don't have the lovely branding which I love so much. But I got used to it, and it's actually, once you figure it out what to do, build the body in advance, paint it in advance, and then you should be fine. You should be fine. Build it, build it and treat it as if it is a kit with a one body part, and then you go from there. Otherwise, it's a lovely kit. I really like it. I always did. I like this Volkswagen bullies, and they are one of my favorite cars from the period. I really think they were a fabulous invention, and they were obviously very successful. We saw them everywhere. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I certainly had lots of fun showing it to you. We are clocking out for today. I wish you all a lovely rest of the week, and greetings from Cape Town. Cheers.